Hello viewers, in our previous video we have seen some basic properties of the salt. Now in this video we are going to see the chemicals from common salt. It means common salt can be used as a raw material for the synthesizing of different kind of chemicals. Now which kind of chemicals could be prepared from the common salt and what is the common salt we have studied in previous video, that is most commonly used salt, which is NaCl, preparing from the sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. So that we have already seen. So here we are going to see the chemicals from the common salt. It means common salt as a raw material for synthesizing a different kind of chemicals, out of which first is sodium hydroxide. It means by using the common salt as a raw material we can synthesizing or we can prepare sodium hydroxide in the lab. So how we can do it? So for that we are in the reaction that sodium chloride, when going to react with water, it will produce sodium hydroxide plus chlorine gas plus hydrogen gas. So these are the product when sodium chloride going to react with water. So we will get the sodium hydroxide. So for the preparation of sodium hydroxide we can use NaCl as a raw material. Now here you can see if the chlorine and hydrogen going to react with each other, then it will form hydrochloric acid, and that hydrochloric acid is used for the different purposes. Exactly the same way, if NaOH, that is the sodium hydroxide, and chlorine, sodium hydroxide you can take any of the base, so any of the base and chlorine when going to react with each other, it will produce bleaching powder. Here we have taken the example of bleaching powder. If suppose calcium hydroxide going to react with chlorine, then it will produce the calcium chlorate, right, which is a kind of bleaching powder. And we all know the uses of the bleaching powder, where we can use it is used in the textile industries, etc. Right? So the common uses of the bleaching powder we all know about it. So the first chemicals that could be prepared from the common salt is sodium hydroxide, and the product chlorine and hydrogen, from which we can produce the hydrochloric acid. Same way, from sodium hydroxide and chlorine we can prepare the bleaching powder. Okay. Now another chemical that could be prepared from the common salt NaCl, that is a baking soda, right? We can prepare baking soda. Its chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Common name is baking soda that we used in our daily life, but its chemical name, molecular formula is NaHCO3, and its name is sodium hydrogen carbonate, which can also be prepared from the common salt. So the basically reaction is when common salt, that is NaCl, reacting with H2O and carbon dioxide, ammonia. So in the presence of carbon dioxide and ammonia, NaCl going to react with water, and it will gives us ammonium chloride, which is also kind of salt, plus sodium hydrogen carbonate. This sodium hydrogen carbonate is our baking soda. So here you have seen that the baking soda could be prepared from the common salt, sodium chloride. Now if the baking soda is going to be heated at a particular temperature, then the baking soda, it means sodium hydrogen carbonate, is converted into sodium carbonate, because hydrogen will going to be removed in form of water and carbon dioxide gas will going to be released. This reaction is happen when you heat the sodium hydrogen carbonate at a particular temperature. Now we all know the uses of baking soda or baking powder. We are using the baking soda for baking certain items like bread, cake, etc. Right? So by using the baking soda, you see that the cake, either cake or bread, becomes spongy, right? Spongy, soft. Why it is happen? Because the sodium hydrogen carbonate, when going to react with the H plus of any acid, here if you are going to take H2O, because we know that the sodium hydrogen carbonate is alkaline in nature. Alkaline, it means basic in nature. So base with base, water will behave like acid. So H plus of any of the acid will react with it and it will produce carbon dioxide, water and sodium salt of that particular acid. And this carbon dioxide is responsible for making the item soft and spongy. And that is the reason we are using the baking soda for cooking the food like bread, cake, etc. Right? Okay. So now the next chemical that we could prepare from the sodium hydroxide is washing soda. After preparing the baking soda, we can also prepare the washing soda from the sodium chloride. Now there are some more uses of the baking soda, that it can be used as an antacid. Why? Because as I told you, it is alkaline in nature, means basic in nature, right? So against acidity, antacid tablet we are going to take, and that antacid tablet is mild base in nature. Same way, the baking soda could be used for the preparation of the washing soda, right? Because in we have seen that if baking soda, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate, is heated, then it will generate the sodium carbonate. And by using this sodium carbonate, if there is sodium carbonate, it will going to react with 10 molecule of water, then it will produce the sodium carbonate having the water in its crystalline form, right? So this is known as the washing soda, and we all know the uses of the washing soda where we can use it. So here there are some uses of the washing soda is we can prepare, it is used in the glass, soap and paper industries. Then after, by using the washing soda, borax could be prepared. Then domestic use, cleaning the clothes, etc. Right? That is the domestic use of the washing soda. And next is remove the hardness of water. It can be also used to remove the hardness. Hardness means what? Certain kind of impurity in form of salt that could be removed by using the washing soda. So these are the uses of the washing soda, and this is the preparation of the washing soda. So for the preparation of washing soda, we are having the raw material is sodium carbonate. But the sodium carbonate is prepared from sodium hydrogen carbonate, and sodium hydrogen carbonate basically prepared from the common salt NaCl. So we can indirectly say that the sodium carbonate, that is our washing soda, can also be prepared from the common salt, that is NaCl. So these all are the some chemicals which could be prepared from the common salt. So here finally the chapter will going to be over. There are certain exercises given in your textbook, so kindly go through it and try to solve all the questions. Till that, stay safe, stay at your home, and thank you viewers.